What is going on? February 13th, 2019. Stu, what's going on, man? Good to see you in here today. So, what is going on this morning? Our top gapper is SOLO, 31%. Just a pump and dump type of trade right there. Not a lot going on really this morning that gets me too excited to get out of bed, but investors have turned upbeat in the overall market, at least for now, following the deal to avoid another government shutdown and on optimism over China trade talks. So futures were higher this morning after lawmakers reached a tentative funding deal. The Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ are coming off their best day of February, with the Dow ending a 4-day losing streak and the S&P 500 and NASDAQ rising for a third straight day. Alright, traders. So right now there's a few stocks I'm looking at for a potential short, and I've been shorting a lot more. Really comfortable and like it a lot. Friday I shorted, Monday I shorted, yesterday I shorted. Friday was CVNA. That was the short there on CVNA, and then Monday was AMRS, and yesterday of course was yesterday was CVNA. So Friday was the stock that had the phase 3 results. I shorted that overextension on MGNX. So yeah, I'm feeling really comfortable with it, guys. Really enjoying shorting a lot more. Gonna try to get into it. I've been fiddling around with the short locates a little bit, trying to figure that out. Haven't done it before, not comfortable there. Want to look into it, figure it out a little bit more before I start doing it. Want to start getting into that a little bit more. But guys, let's start getting right into today. What is gapping up? What do we need to be looking at? SOLO is our leading gapper, so let's go over that one right now. Rick and Ron, good to see you guys. Hey Ron, by the way, it's been a few days. I got your comment on my video not that long ago about you and your wife saving your 25 years of marriage. So man, that made my day. Very excited for you guys. That is awesome. Best news yet. A lot of people, they have exterior motivations. You know, they got pictures of cars and houses. You know, that's fine and all, but marriage is really a motivation in and of itself right here. You know, that's what I got on my desk right here, man. That's the motivation. They can keep the cars. Brad the Baker, DBD could become an interesting short. Oh yeah, DBD, this one have a little bit of gap up here too with the 200-day right there at 685 as well. 690 sitting at right now. Yeah, certainly, man, that's gapping up good amount. You know, the range on this one isn't huge, but we certainly could see somewhat of a pullback on it on the daily. So yeah, we'll keep that one on watch. Good eye there, Brad. So let's go ahead and start going over SOLO. That one's gapping up a little bit right now. I didn't see any news on or catalyst on Thinkorswim, but I pulled up Yahoo Finance and they did come out with something this morning on it. I'll put the link here in the description. This is really interesting. When you guys get some time, pull that up right there. And short for short, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Solo, yeah, this one is a Canada kind of smaller version of the Tesla, I guess you could say. And they're saying this. Bloomberg says it's an all-electric like a Tesla, but it's priced like a Ford Fiesta. So this one's a 3-wheeled, one-person electric car that drives like 100 miles at a time before you have to charge it again. It can go from like 0 to 60 in 8 seconds or so. It's quite interesting. It's going to be priced at like $15,000. I don't know if this is new news on it, a new catalyst, but it's just getting a little bit of attention here today from Bloomberg. This one, you know, looking at the chart, this one just pumps and dumps. Not too exciting here. But yeah, look at that link when you guys get a chance. It's actually kind of interesting there. Top quality cabinets, good to see in here. DBD, no shorts. Yeah, no shorts on it that I see. I have been playing a little bit with the short locate button. Haven't done it before, so not comfortable there with it. Some of you guys are, so I want to maybe ask you about it. But yeah, if we pull up trade and then short locate, we can type in price inquiry, DBD, shares you want to short, you can inquire about it. And yeah, they're actually relatively cheap. Corey Mitchell, he says very easy to use. Yeah, it's one of those things where, I appreciate that. It's one of those things where some people have been doing it a really long time, and so that they think you're stupid for asking. But I'm just not comfortable with it yet. So just want to make sure my ducks are in a row here. And then also, if I locate my order but I don't use it, do I have to come back in here and exit out that locate? There's a few questions I have about that. Corey Mitchell, yes, easy. And Alex, do you know if there's an option to put a max loss on DOS? Max loss, yeah, there is. Yeah, I used to have a max loss actually. You can contact CMAC, tell them to put like a max loss of whatever you want, 200, 300, 400, $1, whatever. They'll accept that. Then Rick Solo has yet to sell one car they tried to build in the South, so they're not very good response to that. Interesting. $50. Yeah, Alex, that's what mine was too back in the day, 50. So yeah, on DBD actually with CMAG, I'm pulling it up right now. The shares to short. Have those shares in here. They will charge you. Use them. Okay, Corey. So they'll charge you if you don't use them. But after you locate them, do you need to do anything beyond that? If let's say you don't use them, do you have to go into your shorts and exit out of it, or tell them you're not using them or anything, or you just leave it be? But DVD shorts, Brad, are only a penny and a quarter, like about a penny per share, 0.0125 a share. So that's not bad at all on DVD. Yep, so I really like this short feature. Oh, cool. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Okay, yep. So that's SOLO right there. Rick let us know that they got a whole lot of inventory, but they're not selling anything. I don't know if people are that interested in a one-seater car. I mean, it looks really interesting for a commuter vehicle, but I would like at least 2 seats, so my wife don't have to sit in my lap when I'm driving. But yeah, really interesting there, SOLO. This one, I tried to locate some shares as well on this one with CMAC. Nothing available there on SOLO. But that's our leading gapper, so I had to talk about that. Actually, DBD just flew past SOLO, now at 34% on the day. Is our leading gapper now, so DBD. Yeah, so we'll certainly keep DBD on watch here today. This one's having a nice little gap up. But guys, that's what I've been telling you. You know, shorting is not something I've done in the past, but I'm just much more comfortable there. And I've heard this saying before. I think you'll find it interesting. It says, shorts take the elevator down and longs take the stairs up. And I like taking the elevator down. That's not a bad idea. But as you guys know, there's DBD, SOLO, LSCC, that's on earnings. There's not a whole lot that we're seeing this morning. So we're going to be really patient, disciplined today. It could be one of those scanner type of days here. That's what I'm thinking. I really want to short into some intensity today. For instance, if we get a pop on, and I will go over a stock that could get a pump today. Because there's been someone out there who's been making a ton of money every day, acting like that the market is super hot on momentum and it'll just be one stock in the morning for 5 minutes. That'll be it. So I'm like, okay, what stock is that going to be? I pulled up YGYI. This stock can easily get pumped. YGYI had a catalyst this morning. This one, what's the news here? They signed an agreement to acquire all assets of Chrysos Global a provider of end-to-end processing solutions for hemp for total consideration of $16 million. That's the consideration there. So signs an agreement to acquire all assets of Chrysos Global. Now YGYI, yeah, Corey, WROX yesterday. Just unbelievable. And then what was the one before that? SPI. Just pump and dumps in the morning. Oh yeah, Alex, I see the MGNX. Oh my goodness, that one. Oh, that was the one I shorted on Friday. No way there. Oh guys, could I not have held like 2 shares? Man, 32 bucks. This is interesting. So I had a conversation with someone yesterday about, I told him, guess what? I shorted a company that came out with great positive 3 trials news, and then I actually bought a company that came out with awful news. And you know, of course, I'm green on both of them. And they were like, "Well, is that because of luck?" And no, it's not. It's because of overextension and stocks that get oversold. So MGNX was the company that came out with the positive 3 trials, phase 3 trials, which is great news. You know, it brings in a lot of hype. That's why we had the gap up from $10 to $32. Man, I nearly top ticked that. Should have held some shares there. That's what I'm saying, guys. I like taking the elevator down. MGNX. Whew, went from the 30th floor to the 20th floor real quick on that one. I forgot where I was going. Yeah, YGYI. That's the one we were talking about. Yeah, so that came out with a good catalyst. If we look at the past chart history on it, I'll go ahead and pull that one up for you. It's on a trend right now. That could certainly bring in a little bit of volume. If we pull up the daily, it's bouncing right off of this lower trend line here. You know, we had bounce here, bouncy. Then we had some clear resistance right around 815, 820 on YGYI. So we'll keep that in mind there. See if that's going to end up breaking out. So pre-market highs right now is 835. We're going to want to see some volume come in to break that. And then we're going to have some, you see these upper shadows here around 975. We're going to have some resistance in 950 to 975. So if it ends up breaking pre-market high on good volume, for instance, if the chat room that pumped WORX pumps YGYI, this one could, you see a nice little pump at the start of the day. I'm probably going to be watching it just for a little pump at the start. This one probably has the best potential there for a pump. And SG, morning from Denmark. Is it your morning too, SG? Are you waking up at about 2 p.m. over there? Alright, that's going to be YGYI. Probably the leading candidate in my opinion as far as a pump goes. We'll just keep it on watch there. If it doesn't get the volume, just like yesterday, we went over a few stocks like AMTX yesterday. If it doesn't get the volume, there's no trade there. There are shorts to locate on YGYI as well that are actually very cheap. They're like 0.0075 cents a share. So 1,000 shares is only $7.50 with CMAC there on YGYI. So pretty excited about that. Let's go over a few more that have been recent plays over the last week, because guys, there's not a whole lot going on this morning for us to look at. VKTX yesterday was a little grindy, so we can go over that. Let's continue down the list here. I want to talk to you guys about AMRS just briefly. See if we can get a little bit of a spike today on it for a short. I'm not going to touch this one if we don't try to retest 520 or so. 520 was resistance from yesterday, but yesterday we had a bear flag on it. This was a beautiful setup, guys. I mean, AMRS, it's been on light volume. This one has set itself up in some nice patterns. This was a beautiful bear flag. We had the pull from the start of the day, the sell-off. Then it was just bouncing off, between these trend lines here before it ended up getting the crack. For you guys that don't know what that is, a bear flag is just this. I mean, it's the exact same thing. Now, this tricks a lot of amateur traders because they see it uptrending. They see it making higher lows. They see it making like higher lows, and you know, they think that's a bullish sign, but in reality it's actually forming a bear flag here. Your risk is both of these trend lines. You know, so if you can play the bounce. So top quality cabinets, you traded this one yesterday. Yeah, so if you're trading on the long side, you know, you can trade the bounce, but just understand where the resistance is. You know, if you're long in it, just understand resistance. You know, sell into that, and of course, if it cracks this bottom trend line, you'll be out. So no problem there. Top quality cabinets, you're learning a lot. That's what you're paying for right now. You're learning a lot of good lessons. So that, you know, that's great. No problem at all there. You can take losses as something that kind of defeats you, or you can take losses as learning, you know, lessons, valuable lessons. A few different ways to take it. So, yep, that's AMRS right there, guys. There's ADMA yesterday. I completely missed it. Completely missed that. You know, I was really frustrated because ADMA came right up to this trend line that I had drawn from, I don't know, months and months ago. This red line here came right up to at 375, ended up falling back down. Now this one actually is holding its gains fairly well. I mean, it's sitting at 350. Its high yesterday was 375. We have a gap to fill around $4. There are shorts on CMEG on ADMA, so that is what I'm going to be looking for. It'd be nice if we can fill that gap. Look for a short around $4. See how the price action is today, guys. Most likely, I'm only going to take a trade on intensity. So on these scanners, if we see, you know, positive intensity, I'm going to be looking for a short there on it. I want some nice, fast, emotional moves. A lot of buyers buying the emotions, just like we saw in MGNX, which that one is now sitting at like 22 bucks. Just incredible. You know, that was very emotional, and something. This is something I want you guys to note as well, because when I got into MGNX, it's an emotional trade. So you're going to be read briefly. If we look at the tape is flying with green prints. I mean, people are buying the heck out of it. Positive phase 3 trials. This thing's going to the moon. That's what you see. And when you're looking at the times and sales, and you see all the green prints flying and flying and flying and flying, that's a sign. And this, you'll learn this through experience. It's a sign that the reversal is probably soon going to happen. So that's something really to keep in mind there for you guys. Next, I do want to go over briefly. We can go over VKTX. I want you guys to be prepared for this one as well. VKTX is a little grindy. The charts, you know, not a ton of range on it. On the daily, you know, if we look at the daily, we don't move a whole lot intraday, but there's certainly some opportunity here. Yesterday, I want you guys to pay attention to the pattern that happened yesterday, just in case we see something similar to this today. So when a stock spikes, we get a spike. Let's start watching that pattern. What do we form here? We formed a descending triangle on VKTX yesterday, around 9:50 to 10 o'clock, where we had clear support on it right around $9, which is where the VWAP was as well. So when we crack a solid level of support, we're going to be falling, guys, and that's what happened on VKTX with that descending triangle pattern on it yesterday. Now this one did reclaim its highs and actually broke through them, setting at $9 right now. So this one I might trade on a short, you know, depending on how it opens on up, and my risk would be a break of, you know, probably 935, potentially 950. I mean, if this one spikes right out of the gates up to 935, I'll probably start with the start position 935 and then potentially add at 950. It depends on how the price action is going to be. Right now we're not moving at all. Price action is everything. So guys, you know, I'm looking for that intensity, but VKTX, this has potential to be a decent short on today. We'll watch it. See how that one's going to open on up and the volume on it. CRMD, that one closed very strong yesterday. Let's go over CRMD. Now CRMD, this one, If I had shorts on it at CMAG, in which we can locate the shorts here, but they're a little more pricey than the rest at 4 cents a share there versus some of the other ones on CRMD. This one is really getting a little overextended here. If we pull up the daily on it, I'll show you yesterday real quick. Yesterday we trended nicely. We had a ton of volume coming in at the end of the day, and just like we went over on EGAN, when we get a lot of volume at the close of a day and we sit stagnant in pre-market, people are going to be eager to sell their positions. You know, it's not fun when you buy something at the close of the day and then you're just thinking about it all night and then all morning and it's not doing anything. You're going to be a little antsy to get out of it. So this one we could see a little bit of a sell-off. The higher the better, though. Higher the better on it. On the daily, we do have a trend that it's been on that is way off of right now. This is the daily trend that it's on. The trend's all the way back down to like $1.50, $1.40. This one's way off of that. So yeah, this one's a good potential for a short. You know, we see back here as well when it gets way off the trend. I mean, I just look at the past on these and see what they do, so that I can, you know, formulate a plan on what to do at this point. Because we see in the past on CRMD, when it's got way off the trend, it comes right back down to the trend. It might take a few days, but we could see a red day coming on up on CRMD. So just watch that one as well. Could see a red day coming on up. And let's continue on down the list. 9:22 already. Man, time is flying. All right. So this morning, GSUM, this one doesn't have any volume right now. Throw it on your back burner. GSUM, they formed a strategic partnership with New H3C Group. Just keep in mind, it formed a strategic partnership. Those are the words we look for there. Sitting right up at $3. No shorts on CMAG here, but this one yesterday went from $2.13. Now it's sitting at $3. So this one has potential to be a short as well. We're getting a little overextended there. And then, of course, we got LSCC. That one's gapping up. You guys see that on the gap up list right there as well. That one's coming out with the Q4 results it came out with. This one's getting a little bit of a gap up here. The daily, I mean, this thing's been, look at the trend it's been on. It's really been uptrending on the daily, gapping up to 938. But here's the trend we're on that is really respecting very well. Back down to around $7.98 bucks. So really sitting a little high off of that. Actually, LSCC, I think it's the highest this thing's ever been right now. Because we can pull up the 3-year chart. 3-year chart, yeah, 890 is the highest there. It's getting a little overextended there on LSCC. I do have shorts on it. This one's on earnings, so just be careful. This one could certainly just pull back, you know, bounce quite a bit. You know, it is well respecting that trend line as well. So there's not a whole lot of downside to it. But of course, we're going to be looking at price action today. Price action is everything today. That's what I'm looking for, guys. I mean, there's a few stocks. I mean, today's not necessarily my favorite type of day. There's not a lot gapping up. I mean, a leading gapper is what, DBD, and whoa, we're sitting at 760 right now. Good eye on that one, Brad. Yeah, DBD is our leading gapper right now. May end up locating shorts on this one. We'll see how this one plays out. Let me pull up the chart on it. Yeah, you guys notice the trend here on DBD. I mean, this is something I look at. Always look at this. When it's very steep like this, I mean, the steeper the trend, the weaker it's going to be. So the steeper it continues to climb and respect this trend that it's on, the weaker it's going to get. And when we start seeing some selling, there's going to be quite a bit of selling. Right now we have a few upper shadows forming at 760, but yeah, this one will definitely keep on watch. It may end up locating some shares on it, because this one is actually pretty cheap. Shares for this one, so we'll see how that one's going to open on up. Yeah, not a ton of resistance like you're seeing Top Quality Academy. Yeah, I was noticing that as well. Not a lot of resistance overhead. So this one's going to be strictly kind of price action. Not really a clear indicator to tell us where a lot of shorts and a lot of selling pressure is going to be coming into on it. We had 685, which was a 200-day, but we're blowing past that. Now that we're blowing past that, that could serve as a level of support. So if we are going to short it, just keep 685 in mind. That's probably going to be some decent support as well as pre-market support. But traders, it's already 9:26. Man, time flies with you guys. But that's going to be all for today, guys. I need to get everything set up to start trading. Going to be trying at my best to be disciplined today. I've been trying all week. It's been hard. Been eager to trade, but just opportunities aren't the same as they were the last few weeks as far as how I trade, my type of trading. But guys, the scanner deal, that's going to be probably going on for a few more days, so take advantage of that if you want to. You get it for 2 weeks for $20. That'll be in the description below. We'll love to help you guys get set up with that. Top Quality Cabinets, you think at $8 it'll pull back. You know, I certainly would think that, but we're getting really overextended now as well. When we get way off that VWAP, we tend to gravitate back towards it. Especially we have 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 upper shadows right now at 760. So we might see a little bit of a pullback here, but the market's about to open. So certainly going to watch the price action on that. YGYI, I do want to go back to that one as well, because that one may be the pump of the day. So we'll see. YGY, that one might be a chat room pump. So I want to keep that one on watch as well. But guys, 2 minutes left. Trade smart today. Trade really smart today. It's the disciplined days that are really going to set us apart as traders. Guys, let me know how you do in the comment section of the video later on today, and we will see you all tomorrow.